Hi, I'm Tim and this is Timberway Designs. I've been making a series of videos where I take rocks that I find and purchase and I make cabochons out of them. This week, got ourselves a chunk of tiger's eye. Let's make a cabochon. This week we got ourselves a big old chunk of tiger's eye here. This is like a lifetime supply. I think I was a little crazy when I bought this. Let me get it wet here for you. I mean, this stuff is really pretty. Actually, let me get the piece wet. That I already cut a slab off that, and we'll get the piece wet that I'm going to work on. So here is the one we're going to work on right here. Pretty, it's pretty. Got a lot of it, and then we're going to make a cab out of this side here. So now I got to dry this off. See if we can dry it off quickly here, and actually I'm going to do this side. Now tiger's eye on the internet says it's a Mohs of about 6.5 to 7. So I don't know, here lately with this internet Mohs thing, I haven't had any luck picking out the right Mohs for the last couple rocks I've done. So what I decided to do is we're going to do a 25 millimeter, not ellipse, oval right there. And I want to try to capture that line in the center to give it the eye effect. So we're going to line that up there. And that looks good. Let's put a little, use my ultra fine Sharpie and put a little circle on here, or an oval. There you go. We're going to take this downstairs. I'm going to trim off this on the trim saw, the corners, and then I'll take it over the cabber and I'll grind it down, start grinding it down to the line in preparation for putting a dab stick on it. So let's go downstairs and start processing. Okay, I got my high-tech 5-inch trim saw buzzing away here. We're going to trim this down close to the line. This stuff trims pretty good. Well, that's what I'm saying now, but we'll see. Alright, that's about the closer I'm going to get. We'll grind the rest. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to cut this end off here. Okay, that's all the closer I'm going to get. So let's move over to the cabber. Alright, we are down here on the 6-inch Kingsley North cabber. Got our piece of tiger's eye here. And we are going to grind it down to the line. So we'll start with the 80 grit, 220, and then 280. I used to hit it with the 600, but really don't make any difference. I just do that to see what kind of shine I'm going to get, but I think we're just going to stick with these three here. And then once I get this down to the line, and then I'll take it on a dab pot. Actually, I'm going to turn that on right now. And we'll put it on a dab pot and glue a stick to it with that with my special wax. Okay, let's go. And it'd probably help if I plugged in my water source. Alright, that's close enough for me. I'm moving on to the 220 grit. Then just remember, anytime you're doing a radius on these two hard wheels right here, these two, keep rolling. Don't stop. You'll scratch a flat spot into it. Okay, I got down the line there. Now we're going to move on to the 280 grit. Now, I've done this with stuff before, and sometimes you get really good shine, and sometimes you don't get a really good shine. So hopefully this will be a really good shine piece here. All right, we're gonna put it on a dop stick, and I'll come back and make cabochon out of it. Okay, we're all dopped up here. Got it glued with the special wax, lapidary wax. All right, what we're gonna do here, get a pointer. I'm going to start grinding on this edge until I get down to about 1/8 inch, 2 millimeter-ish. That's called a girdle. It'll be a flat spot around the bottom of the edge here. I'll get down to that. When I'm happy with that, then I'll grind on the inside rim here. I'll show you, and then it'll leave me a little flat spot, and then we'll start doming it. So let's get started. So you can see I'm kind of going at it at a 45-degree angle like this. And you can see how I'm starting to establish this grind, and I'm working my way down about 1/8 inch, 2 millimeters to make a girdle to the flat spot. I'll make it down here. Well, yeah, that happens. So I'm going to stop and redop it. All right, dop number 2. Let's see how long this one lasts. Now we're going to continue grinding down to the girdle and roughing out the cab here. All right, so I got my initial 45-ish in there. Now I'm going to grind this rim off here towards the center. It says stay away from your girdle now. You've got that established. You don't want to be close to that anymore. So we're going to work on this top part here. So we're going to grind this away and work towards the center. Man, we're not sticking today, are we? So, well, shut it off and do it again. Okay, dop number 3. Let's see how far we can get with this one. So we're still grinding on the 80 grit wheel here. All right, so now I hit that. I'll get my pointer here. We did this one first, and we did this one second, and I got a little flat spot. So I'm going to start doming because this is good enough for me right here. You could hit it a couple more times to get right to the center, but I could dome that out there in no time flat. So when I start doming, I'm going to start on this side, kind of work my way across, flip it, start on this side, work my way across. I'm going from girdle to girdle here, and try to stay out of the girdle. Don't grind into it. If you do, it's not a big loss, but I try to stay out of it. So, all right. I'm not done yet, but I don't know if you can see it, but the flat spot's still right there. So you got to keep doming until it gets nice and round. All right, I like the height because I want to try to accentuate this reflection here. So I'm going to leave the dome a little higher than I normally would. So let's move on to 220 grit. All right, that looks good to me. I'm moving on to the 280 grit. Getting there. I'm going to knock some of this wax off of here. All right, I like that. Just shut you off for a minute and move it over to the polishing side. All right, we're over here on the polishing side. We've got 600, 1200, 3000, and cerium oxide around the corner here. Start with 600. Get it to dry off. Take a closer look at it here. I can see a little porosity there, but let's we'll take it the rest of the way and see what happens. All right, 3000. All right. That's on the 3000 right there. Let's slide over to the cerium oxide and see if we can bump this a little bit. All right, we're all set up on the cerium oxide. Let's see if we can get this thing to shine even more. All right, let's see what we got. Trying the old pant leg here. There you have it. There's a shine for you. So I'm going to take this up, throw it in the freezer, and then we'll get it off the stick, and then we'll look at it. Got a nice clean break. Got a really shiny, pretty cabochon right here. Let's take a closer look at this thing. So here's this week's cabochon, piece of tiger's eye, and it come out really shiny. Sometimes I've had this stuff where no matter how hard I try, I just cannot get it to shine. It's just right in the center for some reason. So there's a word for the way this changes planes or sparkle or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of it right now. Actually, a viewer asked about this a while back. Yeah, this one come out really good. I'm really impressed. So I'll put a bail on it. I'm not going to do it in the video. But so this will be for sale on the Etsy page. And I don't know how I'm going to orient it yet here. I wanted to get the kind of the eye thing, but I think you got to get the dark on each side to make the look like the iris. But I don't know. I like it. You know, you look at it from different angles and you get different looks. So that's kind of what I was after. You know, besides the whole eye thing. So there you have it. Tiger's eye cabochon. So I'm going to do a little product plug here. So I've been making these templates for you folks out there that make cabochons, and I made three new ones here. I did a tongue, 1.75 to 1 inch. I did a shield, 1.75 to 1 inch, and then I buy stainless steel bezels on Amazon, and there's no template I found that will fit the bezel exactly. So I made these the fit the 18 by 25, 30 by 20, and the 25 by 18 teardrop. And I put a link to the Amazon store where I buy these from. So if anybody's interested in doing these now, I'm going to caution you, those things are not the same. I've had 18 by 25s come in a 1/2 millimeter smaller, and you got to watch that when you're assembling these things. So what I usually do is I grind down to the line and then start fitting when I'm on my 220 wheel and make sure it drops in there. You don't want it too loose, but it's got to be able to go in there too. So if you're interested in any of these right here, they're on my Etsy store. And I'll probably be coming out with some new shapes. And if you're out there making cabochons and you're looking for a particular shape in a small template like this, let me know. You know, I just these are the ones I use, and plus the other ones I got for sale. And you know, if I got the equipment, I can make more different shapes. Just let me know. So I took a chunk off this lifetime supply of tiger's eye I got here, and I made a beautiful cabochon from this to this. So I hope you enjoyed watching today's cabochon project. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank my subscribers. You guys are tremendous out there. I really appreciate the support and coming back and the comments and the thumbs up and everything else you do for me. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. There's a button down here. Just push the button and then slide over and give me a thumbs up. You can share it if you want. You can ring the bell if you want. And that helps me out, the analytics. If you give me a thumbs up, it gets it out there so more people can find this content. So next week, got a piece of picture jasper. This will be the cabochon, and I'll try to find a picture in this. I haven't had any luck yet, but it does shine up pretty good. I made a couple pieces out of it. So thanks for watching. That's all I got. I'll catch you later.